Sharone Wright is 52 now, but his story is honestly heartbreaking. He had all the talent in the world, a career full of promise, but it all came crashing down because of a terrible accident that changed everything. So let's dive in and find out exactly what happened to him. Everything came to a sudden stop for Sharone Wright. His NBA dreams were going strong, but then came the accident that changed everything. While he was in Macon, Georgia, he got into a serious car crash that left him badly hurt. He didn't just walk away with a few bruises, he broke both of his arms and his collarbone. These weren't the kind of injuries you bounce back from easily, especially for a professional athlete. Just like that, his career in the NBA was cut short before he even had the chance to show the world what he was truly capable of. Let's rewind to the early 1990s. Sharone made his name at Clemson University, where he played from 1991 to 1994. At 6 feet 11 inches and 260 pounds, he was a force in the paint. In his time with the Tigers, he dominated on defense, becoming one of the top shot blockers in the Atlantic Coast Conference. He led the ACC in blocked shots in 1992 and 1993, and was among the top again in 1994. But he wasn't just a defensive presence. He could score, rebound, and run the floor. During his junior year, he averaged over 14 points and 10 rebounds a game, earning all ACC honors and an honorable mention All-American selection. By the end of his time at Clemson, Sharone had etched his name into the school's record books. He was among the all-time leaders in blocked shots and rebounds, and had proven himself as one of the best big men in the country. It was no surprise when he declared for the NBA draft after his junior year. In 1994, he made history by becoming the highest draft pick in Clemson basketball history. The Philadelphia 76ers selected him with the 6th overall pick in a draft class that included names like Jason Kidd, Grant Hill, and Juwan Howard. Sharone didn't waste any time making an impact in the league. As a rookie, he played in 79 games for the Sixers and averaged 11.4 points and 6 rebounds per game. He was active on both ends of the floor, showing off his shot-blocking skills and his soft touch around the rim. His performance earned him a spot on the NBA All-Rookie second team. Philadelphia had high hopes for the young center, believing he could be a major piece in their rebuilding efforts. But midway through his second season, things took a turn. Sharone was traded to the Toronto Raptors, an expansion team still finding its identity. In Toronto, he joined a young core that included Damon Stoudemire, Doug Christie, and fellow big man Marcus Camby. Raptors GM Isaiah Thomas believed in the future of that lineup and thought Sharone could play a key role in helping the team grow. And Sharone delivered. In his first stretch with Toronto, he averaged over 16 points per game and gave the team a solid inside presence. For a moment, it seemed like the fresh start was exactly what he needed. Over the course of his NBA career, Sharone played in 203 games. He averaged 9.7 points, 5 rebounds, and 1.6 blocks in just over 22 minutes per game. His field goal percentage was solid at 45.6%, and he was showing signs of improvement. He was young, talented, and still developing. But just as he was beginning to find his rhythm, everything came crashing down. In July 1997, tragedy struck. While visiting his hometown of Macon, Georgia, Sharone was driving to speak at a basketball camp for kids. It was raining, and the roads were slick. Suddenly, his car lost control and slammed into a tree. The accident left him with multiple serious injuries, including 2 broken arms, one of them shattered in 4 places, and a broken collarbone. These weren't minor injuries. They were career-threatening. Sharone tried to come back. He pushed through rehab and managed to play in a few games the following season. But his body just wasn't the same. The injuries had taken too much from him. At just 24 years old, his NBA career was over. One moment, he was a rising star with a bright future. The next, he was facing the harsh reality that the dream he had worked for his entire life had been ripped away in an instant. But Sharone wasn't the type to give up. After recovering, he decided to continue playing basketball overseas. Over the next several years, he played professionally in countries like Spain, Poland, South Korea, China, and the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, he had one of the most memorable stretches of his post-NBA career. He played for a team called the Eiffel Towers and helped them win both the Dutch League Championship and the Dutch Cup. In one of his proudest moments, his team even beat European powerhouse Real Madrid. His time overseas wasn't just about basketball, it was about growth. He embraced new cultures, took on leadership roles, and became a mentor to younger players. His experience and work ethic made him a valuable asset, both on and off the court. Sharone proved that while the NBA chapter had closed, his love for the game was still very much alive. Eventually, after more than a decade playing abroad, Sharone retired from professional basketball, but he wasn't done contributing to the sport. He transitioned into coaching and mentoring young athletes. He worked with basketball camps in Europe, taught fundamentals to kids in the US, and became a private coach with a service called Coach Up in South Carolina. His focus was on giving back, helping the next generation of players understand the game, build confidence, and develop strong habits. Sharone's life off the court has had its share of challenges too. In the years following his playing career, he battled serious health issues. At one point, he was diagnosed with cancer, a fight that took a toll on both his body and spirit. He managed to beat it, but the battle left scars. Then, in a devastating turn of events, he developed a staph infection in his left leg. The infection got so bad that doctors had no choice but to amputate the leg below the knee. For many people, that would have been the end of the road, but not for Sharone Wright. Even after losing his leg, he kept going. He's now in the process of learning to use a prosthetic, doing physical therapy, and staying active in the basketball world. He's still coaching, still mentoring, and still inspiring people with his story. When asked about everything he's been through, he simply says, "It's a long road back, but I'm going to be okay." Through all of this, one of Sharone's greatest joys has been watching his son, Nico, grow up and follow in his footsteps. Nico is a talented basketball player at Benjamin Franklin High School in Queen Creek, Arizona. Sharone started teaching him the game when he was just 2 years old, and now he's watching him become one of the top high school prospects in the state. Coaching Nico and guiding him through the ups and downs of basketball has become a full-circle moment for Sharone. It's his way of staying close to the game and passing on the lessons he's learned through years of hard-fought experience. Sharone Wright's story is about so much more than basketball. It's about determination, heartbreak, healing, and purpose. He was a rising star who never got the chance to reach his full potential on the biggest stage, but he found meaning and success in other ways. Whether it was winning titles overseas, mentoring young players, beating cancer, or learning to walk again, Sharone has shown an incredible amount of strength and heart. Today, he remains a beloved figure to Clemson fans, a respected voice in coaching circles, and a proud father. He's living proof that life doesn't always go as planned. But even after the hardest falls, it's possible to rise again. Sharone Wright may have been knocked down, but he never stayed down. And that, more than any stat or award, is what defines his legacy. And that wraps up today's video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming next. See you soon. Take care.